Good evening, everyone. I hope you can hear me. Thank you for attending our virtual awards ceremony in the Department of Nutrition, Health, and Human Performance. I'm Melinda Campbell, Chair of the Department of Nutrition, Health, and Human Performance, and I'm honored to help host this event. There are a number of us co-hosting the event, so should any of us fall out with accidental virtual problems, somebody will pick up the slack. We are certainly missing the in-person gathering that this Meredith College Day of Celebration usually brings us, but we are delighted to be able to share this celebration virtually with you tonight. They say that time really flies by, but that it would actually zoom by like it has takes a whole new meaning for all of us these days. We probably all have a love-hate relationship with zooming in, but we are glad you're here to share in this Zoom celebration. As we roll out our virtual red carpet to honor the accomplishments of our NHHP undergraduate and graduate students, let me first introduce you to some very special folks. It always takes a village to pull something like this off, so I'm grateful for all the assistance and the support we have in our department. We are very fortunate. First, I would like to send kudos to our departmental CSA planning committee that has been instrumental in making this online event possible. And I want to acknowledge the hard work of Tracy Smith, Amy Bowen, Glenda Polanco, and Ned Robinson. They spent tremendous amounts of time in preparing online items and links, considering the program lineup, and ensuring our awards have been ordered and secured for all our recipients. The only really thing missing is all that good food that we usually enjoy during this time. So let's get back to normal soon so we can jump into those hors d'oeuvres that we all love. Special shout out to our faculty and staff, without whom none of this would be possible. I'm beyond blessed to be affiliated with them and to work alongside them. And without hesitation, I can say that our department has the very best faculty and staff. Thus, we have the very best students. Let me introduce you to them, and they can give you a virtual wave. Our ESS faculty. First, Dr. Stephanie Little is here with us tonight. She's actually on sabbatical, but probably wanted to jump in here and be part of this because this is a special celebration she dearly loves. And we certainly missed her this semester, but we're glad she could join us tonight. She's our ESS coordinator and director of our K-12 Health and Physical Education program. Dr. Ned Robinson, professor and serving as interim ESS coordinator in Dr. Little's absence. He's also our Human Performance Lab director. Dr. Heather Sanderson, professor and director of our Lowry Fitness Center, is also with us this evening. Virtual wave. Ms. Sharon Malley, professor and PED coordinator, is with us tonight. And moving to our FN faculty, Dr. Bill Landis, professor and FN coordinator, and former NHHP department head, who I go to for all things important, right? Kathy Ostrowski, director of our DI program, is here. Dr. Jennifer McMillan, professor and also serving as our Meredith College Honors Director, really splitting some time with some important positions. Rachel Finley, professor and DPD Director, she's with us tonight. And Dr. Lene Hood, professor in our food and nutrition area, as well as our newest department faculty member, Dr. Rebecca Hagedorn, and a professor in food and nutrition. I'd also like to shout out to our staff, Amy Bowen, Jennifer Lewis, Glenda Polanco, and Tracy Smith. Their roles and their staff are critical. Tracy serves in a dual role this year as our FN graduate program coordinator and also our recruiter for the graduate program. Amy is the dietetic internship coordinator. Glenda and Jennifer are our departmental assistants. Both of whom, none of us could get anything accomplished without them. And as we get going with our presentations this evening, I would like for you to turn your cameras on. If you don't have them on, I'm just requesting that you do, so we can recognize your smiling faces. If you really feel comfortable doing so, we would appreciate it if you would. We do ask that you keep yourself muted during the program ceremony so that we don't run into any big distractions. We'll also be sending a recording of this event to the Meredith YouTube channel designated for celebrating student achievement, so it can be viewed at a later date for people that weren't able to be here. We also invite you to visit the Wix site that we've put together that showcases all of our student research that's housed. The information for the website, the Wix website, has been put into the chat, I'm pretty sure. And if you want to access that, you can click on that and see all the wonderful student research and the video presentations that are there, acknowledging the hard work of our students. I'll also say that there are actual awards that do exist, and recipients should be able to pick up their real hardware in our departmental office in Martin Hall on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday within the next 2 weeks. We'd appreciate it if you come by and haul away your hardware. I know you'll be pleased. They're wonderful and beautiful plaques and mementos for you, and we would really like for you to come by and pick those up so we can hand them to you personally. We also have a number of plaques that hang on our walls in Martin with the names of all of our award winners over the years. This becomes a display that's permanently there. So those names go up for permanent view. So now, as a virtual audience, I think it's important that we practice our kudos, our virtual applause, so to speak. So to make sure that we all, everybody that's here tonight, can appropriately and visually appreciate all of our honorees this evening. So I'm going to ask that you show your appreciation with a round of applause. Okay, you can do that. You can raise the roof gesture. All right, or you can perform your favorite waist up happy dance, whatever that may be, you know, any kind of happy dance. When we acknowledge the winners, please give a visual appreciation. That would be lots of fun for everybody. And too bad we don't have the applause that you could really hear, but we certainly are going to do our best to give a visual applause to our winners this evening. We are very proud of the many student accomplishments, and there are many, as you will hear. So sit back and enjoy celebrating our students. The first award will be the category of our Exercise and Sports Science Awards, and I will be presenting the Academic Excellence Award as we kick off the evening. This award is presented to a junior or senior with a 3.2 or better GPA. The recipient of this award must be an ESS major who demonstrates commitment to academic excellence within the program. Our honoree has a 4.0 cumulative GPA at Meredith College. This senior student was also recognized at the Meredith College ceremony at the Leadership and Academic Excellence ceremony, so she's also on another video. I believe our honoree is originally from Georgia, but now resides in Southern Pines. She transferred credits from both High Point University and Fayetteville Tech before making our ESS program here at Meredith her home. Faculty in the Exercise and Sports Science program recognize her as a confident student, always prepared and readily seeking to challenge herself. In every encounter, she shows up with a positive and optimistic attitude, as someone that is able to build rapport and interact easily with anyone, and as a student who performs and succeeds consistently at a very high level. Her internship was completed at Next Step Raleigh over what we now refer to as the COVID 2020 summer. Next Step Raleigh seeks interns who of the highest caliber who demonstrate strong academic ability and responsibility in a high stress environment. This is a very challenging time to be doing a clinical internship, and she persevered through a lot of preparation challenges so she could complete this internship. She collaborated regularly with her supervisor when the clinic was shut down. She completed a very comprehensive orientation and reached out to gain as much information as possible during stay-at-home orders in anticipation of an opportunity to be on site and complete this internship during this past summer. I believe she would tell you it was worth it, all that extra time and effort to train for this particular position. If you don't know, Next Step is a community-based paralysis recovery and fitness center specializing in training clients with neurological conditions. They offer standardized activity-based therapy programs and research-based interventions to individuals who may be recovering from spinal cord injury, brain injury, trauma, a stroke, or suffering from multiple sclerosis, cerebral palsy, transverse myelitis, or other neurological conditions. She is currently seeking job opportunities now in the pharmaceutical field and also hopes to continue her education as a graduate student at some point. Whatever she ends up doing, I am sure she will be successful. Join me in congratulating Lauren Townsend as our recipient of the ESS Award for Academic Excellence. Congratulations, Lauren.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Ned Robinson. I'm the director of the Human Performance Lab here at Meredith College in our ESS program. Tonight, I'm going to be presenting to you our research award. And research is one of the cornerstones that we utilize here at Meredith, both to build knowledge and to allow students to explore and express their own interests and their own avenues of discovery. And research to me is all about that exploration, that discovering an idea, asking a question, designing your own path to answer that question, and then seeing what the results are for you. About a year and a half ago, two students came to me with an idea for an elegant study that was going to take about an 8-week period, very quickly to look at 2 different modes of education and discover, does it help people with stress? A year and a half later, they finally discovered the fruits of their labors. The research award tonight goes to Lauren Phillips and Kaylee Sharp. These 2 students came up with an idea to look at the different modes of PE classes that we teach and explore, do the different modes make a difference in terms of stress and relaxation in college students. However, with the swift venture into online learning that we had, they were able to reevaluate and reassess their goals and switch to a new program, a new research idea of looking at online versus in-person classes, what in-person classes we were able to offer. And one of the keys to research is stick-to-itiveness. Whether you are looking with human subjects who sometimes meander or wander, or changing situations where data doesn't come back to you quite as quickly as you might like. These 2 students really persevered and stayed with their research throughout changing and difficult environments. And in addition to that, both of them had enough of a, I think, good time performing research and enjoyed the process enough that each student joined separately this semester with me, working on a separate and different research project from each other. And so it is with great pleasure that we award Lauren Phillips and Kaylee Sharp with our research award.
Our leadership award this evening And it is my pleasure on behalf of the Exercise and Sports Science program to present this 2021 ESS Leadership Award to an outstanding and certainly deserving ESS major. The Reverend Theodore Hesburgh, former president of Notre Dame, advisor to many presidents, author, educator, and activist, once remarked that the very essence of leadership is that you have to have a vision. It's got to be a vision you articulate clearly and forcefully on every occasion. You can't blow an uncertain trumpet. There is no uncertain trumpet with this student. She has a strong vision of herself and of others in terms of what is possible to achieve. If there is one thing I know about her, it is that she knows what it takes to succeed, and she knows how to convince and support others around her to succeed. She has those special 4C qualities that designate a true leader. She's courageous, she's creative, she's consistent, and she's considerate. She models the way, inspires shared vision, enables others to act, and encourages from the heart. She leads in this way in every arena she steps into. She has all the attributes that define a successful woman, a true Meredith woman who leads moving forward. She can wear many hats and be fashionable in them all. She is professionally active in our discipline, a stellar intercollegiate athlete, and a rising star as an educator. She's completing her student teaching at Pleasant Grove Elementary School in Wake County and is already receiving job offers for next year. That is not surprising. Who in their right mind would not want this Meredith star in leading their students? Her cooperating teacher, Mr. Tommy Hager, has commented to me that this health and physical education student teacher is unfamiliar with mediocrity. Wow, that's a compliment. And that expression really sums up the essence of our 2021 awardee. Join me in congratulating our 2021 ESS Leadership Award recipient, Kimberly Shue.
So this year's service award, a service award given in a year that we can't see each other, we can't be around each other, we can't really motivate each other than with screens at this point. To have a service award and to be a recipient of this service award is extremely amazing this year. Being a student is difficult. I think everyone would agree with that. Constantly balancing class time, academic work, including projects, papers, labs, along with a social time, and trying to find that balance between the academic and the social. And then to try and find time for other things. What else is there? Well, there's a lot other that you'll find out about with this student. So being a student's difficult, and then you enter this fine little thing called COVID, and everyone's world just got flipped upside down. Learning a new way of life, learning how to be academically and socially engaged. It's extremely difficult. Clearly introduced a lot of challenges for a lot of students, and frankly, just overwhelming for everyone. This service award recipient didn't skip a beat, not one beat. She didn't get the internship that she had was so excited about. We had talked about it. She was really excited, and all of a sudden it's ripped out from underneath her. That's the only thing that stopped her, or that actually kind of set her back a little this year, but that was about it. This student tackled the academic work. She tackled the social part. She was an integral part of several campus programs, and not just an idle member, but an integral part. She had leadership positions, lots of programs. So I'll start, she was the served as a wings and transfer student advisor. Okay, that's not easy to do, especially during COVID. She was a member of our Sports Science Association leadership team. Okay, Learning Center tutor. I'll get to more of what she did in a minute there, but was an integral part of their program as well. Numerous academic classes is what she would tutor. Disciplines all across the boards, anything from our courses to biology. She was an integral part of their program. She is actually certified in the Learning Center as an International Tutor Program Level 1 certification. Not only was she tutoring for them, but she was actually, and this is pretty amazing, she was asked to be the head project manager for Zoom certification courses or Zoom conference calling for the health, or I say the health center, for the tutoring center for online. That is a big accomplishment. So this student not only gave service to her department, but also gave service to the college, and it didn't stop there. She has a minor in dance and has given a lot of service to the dance program. Like she had an extra time, right? She did a lot of choreography for the Meredith Dance Theater and with Dance Works. And that's not all she did with their program. She did a lot of other things with their program as well. Again, dance minor, I don't know how she has time to do all of this. Not only did she do all throughout her 4 years here at Meredith, but she was able to maintain an unbelievable GPA and is a member of National Honor Societies. And yes, I use the word societies, not just one. So very, very impressive. The student never seemed stressed out to me. Very keeping everything in check. Every time I see her, she has a smile, every time. And I know that's not easy to do. I would ask, how's it going? Good. Okay. And she'd elaborate. You doing okay? Doing fine. Everything's good. And it was really a breath of fresh air when we would have our conversations, and when light bulbs would come off, light bulbs, and say, I know what I want to do. This is what I want to do. And it just is unbelievable that she could stay on track and provide as much service as she has for our college. Again, an integral part of our program. Our service award this year goes to Maggie Best.
Good evening. Before we begin with the Dean's Award, I would like to take a moment to thank our Dean who's with us this evening, Dean Chamblee. Thank you for joining us this evening. But also, part of the reason why this award is here is because of all of the work that she does behind the scenes to make us so successful. If you see in her image, she's showing our new academic building that we are so thrilled about. And it's because of her work that has allowed us to have this new facility, along with the Lowry Fitness Center, and even the creation of our exercise and sports science program. And so we know that she will be retiring shortly, but she has made an incredible mark across this campus, and this student represents that same mark. The Dean Award is presented to a student who has demonstrated high integrity, strong and resourcefulness. She's an exceptional critical thinker who is a shining example of outstanding academic performance. She acts beyond her own self-interest by serving others and assisting her peers with a caring and kind attitude. The recipient of this award has served our program and college in many roles. Aside from her major in exercise and sports science, she also is minoring in psychology and she blends the two in her academic and her leadership activities. For the last 3 years, she has been a student leader in the Meredith Autism Program. She has served on our Sports Science Association Board of Directors, both as Vice President and this year as President, even during COVID. Even she started during her presidency by creating virtual 5Ks in which we were able to partner with our alumni house and reach out to all Meredith College alumni across the country. She also completed undergraduate student research and gave a presentation today for our CSA Day. Her research also paired exercise and sports science with psychology in her topic that is titled A Comparison of Acute Effects of Aerobic and Anaerobic Exercise on Executive Functioning Using the Stroop Test in College Students. She has also served in the Lowry Fitness Center as a fitness center assistant. And then this semester as well, she has been my academic assistant in my clinical testing and fitness center assessment course. In addition to all the roles that she has served and the work that she does, so many of her peers come to her for advice and for assistance, and they look to her for her leadership and guidance. And I am honored this year to present this award to Brooklyn Flanagan for her integrity, her strong work ethic, and all those acts of kindness. Congratulations, Brooklyn.
Next will be our food and nutrition undergraduate awards.
Hello, everyone. My name is Bill Landis, and I'm a faculty member in food and nutrition. The recipient of the Academic Excellence Award for the Bachelor of Science degree program in food nutrition is Ainsley Bucknam. Several years ago, Ainsley walked into my Introduction to Nutrition course and took a seat. From her position in the front row, she would ask the most interesting and insightful questions, was often the lone voice in a classroom of reticent students. It became apparent early on that she could quickly assimilate the information presented moments earlier and apply it to broader topics and different issues. Her questions were sometimes so creative and original, I had to pull the old, interesting question, I'll have to get back to you on that response. I knew we had someone special in our program at that point. Since then, she has brought the same sharp, questioning, critical thinking mind to the rest of our curriculum. She's also a scholar athlete at Meredith, a member of the soccer and track and field teams. Her resume is filled with service and co-curricular activities showing leadership, outreach, volunteerism, and professional development. And I'm really pleased to mention that Ainsley has been accepted into a doctorate of physical therapy program for this fall. So please join me in congratulating Ainsley Bucknam on this wonderful recognition.
Hello, everyone. I'm Rachel Finley and a faculty member in food and nutrition as well. And I have the pleasure of awarding the Leadership Award tonight. So Simon Sinek says, leaders are the ones who have the courage to go first, to put themselves at risk, to open the path for others to follow. And Shanetta does just that. Shanetta is one of those rare students that possess the best of everything, thoughtful, smart, and high emotional intelligence. Her life story of overcoming any obstacles that have entered her path is a testament to her persistence to become a registered dietitian. But Shanetta has more than a helper's heart. She fully embodies the role of servant leader. Shanetta is a busy single mother, but that does not prevent her from being the beacon to her peers that she is there to help. And help she does. From providing life advice, academic advice, or just being there to listen to her peers, Shanetta is always willing to give her time to others, which is a resource that we all know is limited, but also the most important thing we can give to one another. Her servant leader heart, coupled with her willingness to be vulnerable, will ensure that she will be an excellent practitioner who will advocate for her clients and be attuned to their needs while also looking at the person needing her help as a full human that needs love and attention from a caring practitioner. I have no doubt that the positive leadership we have experienced from Shanetta will provide comfort to those that need her expertise when she is able to share her talents and improve the lives of her clients. I am so pleased that Shanetta has accepted a position in our dietetic internship that has a focus on leadership, where she can further hone those skills before giving her clients the best care they have ever received. Congratulations, Shanetta, and to all the awardees tonight.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Lene Hood, faculty in food and nutrition, and I am absolutely delighted to be able to present our undergraduate food nutrition service award. So our award winner for service is really dedicated to Meredith College. In fact, I'm not really sure if I've ever met a student that loves Meredith more than this student does. I mean, she really, really loves being at Meredith. But over her short time at Meredith, she was a transfer student. She's made just an absolutely high level of impact on our campus through service, not only with our department, but also outside of the department, service to the college. And I've also had the privilege of teaching the student in several classes and having a lot of really rewarding interactions with them. So I'll never forget the first major interaction we had in my food and nutrition lab. The student had just transferred. She was really unsure about what her major should be in her next step. She presented a little bit of ambivalence about what she wanted to do. And I launched into sort of the hardest sales pitch of my life in terms of the reasons why she should be a food and nutrition major and pursue her dream of becoming a registered dietitian nutritionist. And it must have worked because she ended up sticking around in the major, asked me to be her advisor, and now at this stage is going to be joining us in the graduate program of Masters of Science in Nutrition. So just over the last few years, the student's been at Meredith. She's been involved in such a wide variety of service activities. And some of those include the White Iris Circle as a campus tour guide, the Meredith Nutrition and Wellness Association, the American Chemical Society, the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, the Big and Little Sister program, as well as serving on its support committee, the Class Day Tradition Committee, as well as the 1891 Club. Something that's really important to highlight is that this student also served as a freshman advisor. So this is a role where you mentor students that are new to Meredith campus and sort of show them the ropes. And I wanted to highlight that because this student actually won the award for the top freshman advisor. And those of you who have done freshman advising can attest to the tough role of that job. And it speaks volumes that you could be recognized as one of the best freshman advisors. So I'm just absolutely excited that this student will be staying with us for the next couple of years at Meredith and hopefully beyond into the dietetic internship. But we are very honored to give our service award this year to Chandler Gray.
Hello, I'm Dr. Jennifer McMillan, faculty in food and nutrition, and I have the pleasure to present this year's Undergraduate Excellence in Research Award. This year's awardee stands out among her peers as a thoughtful critical thinker and a strong analyst. I've been able to watch her get very excited, which made me very excited, over the prospect of scheduling a focus group. mulling over participant quotes, and maybe even tapping into analysis programs like Qualtrics and SAS. So she had my heart. She began her research journey during the summer before her sophomore year, and she hasn't missed a step. She jumped into an interdisciplinary mixed methods research project on intuitive eating in college students as one of 2 undergrad research assistants. But since that day, she's become the leader. She's taken on project challenges, which have been many, collecting data during a global pandemic, energetically. But she wasn't content to be a worker bee. She was eager to put her mark on the project and has thus managed to expand our original project focus on 4-year institutions into collecting data on community colleges. She's been an ideal student to mentor. She's on top of her goals, on top of her schedule, and on top of any task I can throw at her. When we have our weekly lab group meetings, she always has something to report. She moves her project forward consistently and incrementally, and this has been going on for 2 years. She's met the challenges of collecting data during a pandemic with persistence and perseverance. Her incredible interpersonal skills allow her to be a remarkable qualitative researcher. She asks questions with an easy conversational manner. She listens with focus. She's an analyzer at heart and sees patterns in our data and gets very excited when a participant gives her a new perspective. It's really great. She's been delightful to see, analyzing our data with care and attention, and her presentations are professional and approachable. She's already been a session presenter at a national conference, and that's something some faculty haven't accomplished. She's also a dedicated honor student, an athlete, and somehow is managing to graduate in 3 years. I know students go to her for advice and encouragement about how to be effective, successful, and to manage a busy schedule. But I hope that they ask her for advice on how to be kind and joyful while she's working. Being a strong example of setting goals and doing the daily work it takes to achieve them is definitely what allowed her to move from undergraduate research assistant to leader within our group. But bringing her compassion and humanity and ability to listen to others has impacted the authenticity of our project, of our team, and I'm totally grateful for it. So with that, I'm reminded of a quote from the Dalai Lama that I'd like to share with you. When you talk, you're only repeating what you already know. But if you listen, you may learn something new. So Caroline Coleman, I would like to present you the 2021 Food and Nutrition Award for Excellence in Undergrad Research.
And we'll now move on to the graduate awards.
Bill, you are mute.
Thank you. Darn it, that sounded so good the first time, but let me try it again here. So the recipient of the Academic Excellence Award in the Master of Science in Nutrition program is Michelle Perry. To be academic is to be scholarly, to have a passion for learning, to be curious, to see beyond the surface of things and delve deeply into a problem, to think critically, and to do these things with energy and diligence. Michelle has shown us all of this and more during her time in Meredith. Faculty have described Michelle's work as outstanding. Perfect scores on assignments and exams are not uncommon for her. She always submits her best work, even for small assignments. She also consistently contributes to class through wonderful comments. Her creative side came through in one course where she created a music video and performed a rap about fruits and vegetables. It also makes us very proud to mention that Michelle's been hired at UNC to work with Dr. Barry Popkin. He's an internationally known professor of nutrition at the Gilling School of Global Public Health. So please join me in congratulating Michelle Perry on this wonderful recognition.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. I'm Tracy Smith, and I'm lucky enough to work with the awesome graduate students here at Meredith College, the graduate nutrition students. I always forget there are more graduate students on campus. But anyway, thank you for joining us this evening. Within our master's program, there is a Nutrition Graduate Student Association, which we highly encourage all of the MSN students to get involved with. I've had the pleasure of offering guidance and counsel to this group over the last few years. And at the end of the academic year, upcoming second-year students are nominated for leadership positions within this group. Right before the shutdown last year, the nutrition faculty were polled to determine the strongest candidates. And this student's name was mentioned several times. As JFK said, leadership and learning are indispensable to each other. This student displayed that throughout the course of the year in her leadership role. The recipient of this year's Graduate Leadership Award goes to Miss Emily Holloway. Now, I can tell you that Emily could have easily been the recipient of each of the graduate awards this year. She is an exceptional student through and through. Emily had her hands full, to say the least, from the onset. With the academic rigor of the MS dietetics program, demanding job, volunteering to gain experience hours in the field, as well as family concerns. But throughout her tenure as a grad student here at Meredith, she consistently showed a commitment to the success of the program, managing to participate in countless information sessions, leadership planning meetings, coordinating communication with the students. Emily did this all quietly under the radar, confidently planning and executing without the need for constant affirmation, always satisfied with the success of the task at hand. As you know, COVID brought many challenges this year to everyone, one of them being the lack of connection between students and faculty. The inability to pop in a teacher's office or have a brief chat in the grad room was something that we all missed out on dearly. Even though Emily always has a lot on her plate, she regularly took the time to check in with me via text or email to see if there was anything I needed from the team or to remind me of upcoming information sessions or meetings, which was really helpful to me. She regularly kept in contact with students via the GroupMe app, telling them about garden work days and volunteer opportunities. When Mrs. O and I needed students to take the lead on coordinating our National Nutrition Month event last month, we enlisted some students to help out. Emily was the first one to reply. Her response was, and I quote, "This sounds so exciting, and I'm really looking forward to it. I think this will be something that is really valuable for all students. I can be available, just let me know where and when, and I will be there." Finally, since I first met Emily as an undergrad at NC State, there was no doubt in my mind that she would be successful in our grad program and that she has chosen the right career path. I am very happy to say that Emily's hard work has begun to pay off, as she was one of a few students that was pre-selected to our own Meredith dietetic internship in the fall. We are so glad that she's going to be continuing with us this year. Congratulations, Emily.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Rebecca Hagedorn. I'm also faculty in food and nutrition, and I'm honored to be presenting the Food and Nutrition Graduate Award for service to Ron Harding. Ron has a history of serving others, including service to all of us and our country as a sergeant in the United States Army. This commitment to service continued when returning to school, by serving as a leader in the Graduate Student Nutrition Association, as well as being a member of the Carolina Farm Stewardship Association and a member of the Society for Nutrition Education and Behavior. Ron's dedication to the field of nutrition is obvious to anybody who speaks to Ron, but shines through his work ethic as well as his thoughtful discussion with his peers and his instructors. With research interests that focus on the inequities in the food system, food access issues, as well as nutrition among individuals in conflict zones and refugee populations, it's clear that Ron has a passion for serving populations in need. Despite the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, Ron was able to work collaboratively on his capstone research project to recruit and interview over 20 college students, which is no small feat anytime, let alone virtually during a pandemic, regarding these students' food access issues during COVID. This research is going to provide invaluable insight on how to best serve the needs of students and just shows you the care and the compassion that Ron has for his research participants. Ron's academic research and personal accolades are obvious to all of us that have interacted with Ron as faculty, but it's also obvious to others that are in the higher education community. From this, Ron has been offered a PhD position at Utah State University and was selected as the recipient of the prestigious Presidential Doctoral Research Fellowship, a highly competitive campus-wide fellowship that provides additional funding, mentorship, and research support. Ron will do exceptional things in his career, and his dedication to serving others will undoubtedly continue. We're proud of your accomplishments, Ron, and thank you for the valuable role that you've played as part of Meredith College's graduate community. Therefore, join me in congratulating Ron Harding, the recipient of the Food and Nutrition Graduate Award in Service.
I have the pleasure of presenting this year's Food and Nutrition Graduate Research Award. This year's award recipient has successfully pulled me into a research project rather than the other way around, which it often is with students. Neither myself or any of the team members could have imagined this project a couple of years ago. To say the least, she enjoys going the extra mile, even if it involves wrangling her faculty and fellow classmates into weekly research and writing tasks and a continuous schedule of Zoom meetings, even during the summer, even during a pandemic. I've had the pleasure to watch her realize a goal, develop an idea into an actual research project, and take on research writing challenges with tenacity and enthusiasm. She assembled our research team and kept us in line while we worked on writing a review manuscript on foods and inflammation. We read and wrote about inflammatory biomarkers like interleukin-6 and C-reactive protein for more hours than you can imagine. I suspect the research writing bug might have caught her while she was working through the peer review process during a course lit review project. She blew me away with her wordsmithing and editing skills. We have lots of wonderful students, as you can see here tonight, and her editing skills blew them all away. Actually, the speech would probably be better if I would have asked her to review it. Throughout the summer, fall, and early part of the semester, she made task lists for our group, scheduled our Zoom sessions, delegated parts and pieces of the manuscript for first draft and continuous review. She made us smile in early morning meetings and gently reminded us of our tasks when we forgot. Well, actually, that was just me, not her classmates. She handled disappointments and challenges effortlessly. Through her hard work, she has a review manuscript that's ready for submission along with her classmates. She's applied for and received acceptance into a doctoral in clinical nutrition program at Fairfield University in Connecticut. where I know she'll take the skills that she honed over the past year and continue to deepen her mark on our discipline. So in the spirit of this awardee and in the words of Kalpana Chawla, the path from dreams to success does not exist. It does exist. Does exist if you have the vision to find it, the courage to get on it, and the perseverance to follow it. Julia Albini, I would like to present you the 2021 Food and Nutrition Award for Excellence in Graduate Research. Congratulations.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kathy Ostrowski, Director of the Dietetic Internship Program at Meredith College. The DI Leadership Award is awarded to a dietetic intern with exemplary leadership skills, and the award is selected by their peers. Let me tell you why Marnie Stober has earned the Dietetic Internship Leadership Award from her peers. Marnie told us in her application that she enjoys connecting with elderly people and would like to serve this fast-growing population and sometimes an overlooked population as part of her long-term plans. Marnie's an educator and a leader because she's well-rounded. She has a very strong science background. She's enthusiastic, empathetic, and connects and helps with others. This is what Marnie's preceptors have to say about her. Marnie quickly became part of our team, and she quickly became solution-oriented. She's resourceful. She really helped solve a host of issues at our site and helped us to improve continuing education programs for adult learners to promote program efficacy. And she also developed tools to ensure success for future dietetic interns. Marnie is efficient. Marnie applies critical thinking skills on a daily basis. Marnie has a bright future. Now, this is what Marnie's peers have to say about her. Marnie is extremely helpful and she's kind. She's always looking out for her fellow interns. She is a shining light to lead the way. Marnie plays an active role in group assignments and is always pleasant. Marnie helped me to learn to help myself. I would not be this far in the dietetic internship without her help. Marnie has helped me through all processes, and Marnie has taught me to help myself, which is best of all. She is amazing. So Marnie, here is my PES statement for you. Marnie, you are a dedicated leader related to multiple years of experience in leadership. Marnie, you are you're going to be I messed up. Related to multiple years of experience in leadership as evidenced by preceptor and peer statements reflecting the leadership skills you have honed. Congratulations, Marnie, on earning the Dietetic Internship Leadership Award. I'm continuing on to offer our WIT Beauchamp scholarship to a dietetic intern. So we have one scholarship in our dietetic internship. It is the WIT Beauchamp Scholarship, and it's offered generously from Mrs. Cecilia Witt Beauchamp, class of 1978, and alumna of our nutrition programs. This gift is to support one student every year who's aspiring to practice nutrition and dietetics in their efforts to become a registered dietitian. It is offered to one dietetic intern with clear and defined goals as a future registered dietitian. This award is going to Carly Lester. Now, Carly told us in her application that from a very young age, she knew she wanted to help people. She learned more about nutrition and dietetics, and as she learned, she ignited a new passion in herself that she could use to help others better their lives. Carly's first college nutrition class was Fundamentals of Nutrition. And from day one, she said she knew that this was the right decision for her. She became elated to be in a program that was focused on nutrition and using the knowledge to help people. Carly's goals are to work in a community wellness setting where she can communicate one-on-one with clients, start new health initiatives, and examine new products to incorporate into cooking demonstrations. She would actually like to start her own meal prep business, providing clients with one-on-one coaching, healthy meals, and cooking demonstrations to help them reach their goals. One of her goals is to earn a master's degree in exercise science. She would also like to become a certified specialist in sports dietetics. Now, this is what Carly's preceptors said about Carly. Carly is sharp. She is vested in the process. Our whole team agrees that she's a pleasure to work with, and she is a great addition to the field of nutrition. Carly brings energy and creativity to her work on a daily basis. So Carly, here's our PES statement for you. Carly, you are the recipient of the Whit Beauchamp Scholarship related to clear and defined community-based career goals, as evidenced by preceptor statements reflecting the amazing MNT and counseling skills you have honed. Congratulations, Carly, on earning the Whit Beauchamp Scholarship. Thank you.
One more round of applause to all of our award recipients this evening. Just hearing all those accolades just warms my heart and makes me believe even more how special each of our students are and what they can contribute and have contributed to our programs. Thank you so much for what you have given, and congratulations on these prestigious awards. We're going to be in just a minute going out to some breakout rooms, if you would like, where you can leave from there. And we're going to have 4 breakout rooms where you can meet and chat with some of the faculty in that area. We have 4 rooms that are going to be available. I do understand, if I'm correct, that you can interchange and move yourself in and out of those rooms. So we'll have them open for about 15 minutes or so if anybody would like to go from room to room. The first room will be our exercise and sports science room, where students can come and say hello and meet and greet our faculty. Food and nutrition undergraduate is in room 2. The Master of Science in Nutrition is in room 3. And the dietetic internship is in room 4. Is there anything else that students need to know, or our attendance audience needs to know, Amy, about moving to these rooms?
Yeah, so I won't assign the rooms. They'll be assigned individually, so you can join whatever room you like to. So I put the names of the rooms, so ESS, FN undergraduate, MS in nutrition, and then dietetic internship. So you should be able to see all of those rooms, and you can join whichever room you want to. We'll have it open for about 15 minutes, but feel free to leave whenever you'd like. And we'll keep the rooms open. And once I see people are dropping out of those rooms, then we'll go ahead and close those rooms. But feel free to switch to whatever room you like.
Okay, and before we do take off, if you would stop the share screen for just a minute, Amy, I'd like for the whole gallery, all of us, to come back. And if people would turn on their cameras, we can get a screenshot of our event this evening. That would be wonderful, so we can have a record of this event. And we really do appreciate the time you have offered to us this evening. And we're really excited for all that is in store for each of you. So if we could get a quick shot, some camera shots, hit that Windows and print screen, and we can have all sorts of that. We got folks coming in, if you would do that. So thank you again. Also, want to remind all the recipients that they need to stop by our departmental office to pick up their awards. Please do so in the next 2 weeks. I think you'll enjoy having that hardware to show off a little bit. And we want to make sure that you have that in hand as soon as possible. So thank you so much for this. And Amy's going to put up the breakout rooms, and I bid you good evening, and all is well in nutrition, health, and human performance. Thanks for the evening.